Hello students, so let's start the second session, and before that I want to recap the first session. So that's I have told you how to answer the questions first from question number 1 to 23. So while answering this question number 1, that's answer in a word and phrase. I told you one more thing I forgot to tell you at that time, that you should not repeat the 1 mark questions. 1 mark question, if you repeat twice, then 0 marks will be awarded to you. That's why it's better to avoid writing the 1 mark questions twice. How? For example, I have told you that 1 mark question, that is what is the population of Monaco, that is 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. In one side, in first page you write question number 2, that is the population of Monaco is 7,000, 6,000, then in another page 8,000, then in third page 9,000. So definitely we will lose marks for that. So better to avoid it. Okay? So now switch on to the second session. That is very important. Second session, that's about grammar section. So I will lay more stress on this section because it is very easy to score good number of marks here. Okay? So it starts from this question, starts from question number 24. Question number 24 to question number 35. It all includes the grammar section. Okay friends? So now first let's discuss the question number 24. So that is the questions on the passage. You will get a moderate length passage. Then the question is question number 24, and here you have got a special instruction in the question paper that question number 24 and 25 should be answered at the one side of the answer paper. Okay, so this question number 24 is based on a moderate length passage, and here you will get the questions like it, A to J. Earlier it was question number 24, 25, 26 to 33, but now it has been changed to question number 24, A to J, means you have to write the question number 24, A like question number 1, answer in a word, answer in a phrase and sentence. In the same way, B, C, D, so up to J, you write at the one side of the answer paper. So how to answer this question, question number 24. So this question number 24, that is A to J, should be answered, it carries 10 marks as you know. And you have to answer this in 15 minutes. Should not take much time to answer the paragraph questions. How it should be answered? First, you read the passage very carefully for 5 minutes. How you have to use this time? 5 minutes for reading passage, 5 minutes for reading questions, then 5 minutes very easy to answering the question in a word or a phrase. Okay? Read the passage carefully and your answer should be at the one side of the answer. Now the question comes, especially from the students from the rural background. So, sir, sometimes it's very difficult to answer this question on passage. So, I have given them one, what you call the clue how to answer this question number 24, A to J. So, first you read the passage for 5 minutes, then read the question. So, after reading the question, you will find the answer there if you search it. If not, you read the question carefully, then whatever special words in the question, if you find them in the answer paper, in that passage, in that question passage, so then you just answer that line. That's also a good method of answering that. If it is very difficult to find the answer, then search the words of the questions in the answer. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಲಿಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ತಿಳಿದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜಿನ ಯಾವ ಲೈನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಇವೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪೂರ್ತಿಗೊಳಿಸಿದರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಅದು ಉತ್ತರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಬಹುದು. ನಂತರ then you will get what type of distribution of question is here. You will get 8 questions on the factual questions, that's facts, and you will get 2 inferential questions, that is questions based on the grammar. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸರಳವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು 2 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್? ಸೊ ಯು get the questions on grammar, that you get one antonyms, that's opposite words, add prefix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Prefix ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is the word placed before the before. Pre means before, that's in, un, ir, im, this, miss, so they're all the prefix. So you get question like that. So add suitable prefix to the word courage. So your answer should be, if it is a J, it should be discouraged. So your answer should be like this. This much is enough. So then you will get one more question on the noun form. The management, you will get the question like that. The management. Then one more option, manager. The management of the institution is going to retire. So here your answer should be the manager of institution is going to retire, for the management. So you have to use the ones, now it will cover the noun forms of the word. So you have to choose the right word. So you may get 2 questions on the grammar like this. So it is very easy to select the right word if you read the passage very carefully. That's the way how you have to answer the passage, question number 24, A to J. And for your kind information, this question number 24, A to J, your answer should be at one side of the answer paper. Okay? So next, question number 25, it's also in the same way. Question number 25 should be answered in the same way what you have answered the question number 24. It's very easy. 24, you will get 3 questions on this, and it carries 3 marks. And you have to answer it in just 5 minutes. That much is enough. Just read the poem once or twice in 2 minutes. The poem contains 4 to 5 lines poem is there. So read it very carefully. So then in the same way, whatever I have told you in the question number 24, read the questions carefully. Then if you do not unable to identify the right answer, search the question words, search the words which is there in the question and try to find the answer in the poem. Okay? ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿದ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ 25ರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ 4 ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪದ್ಯವನ್ನು, ಆ ಪದ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಪ್ಪ? ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಬುಕ್ದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಪೋಯಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಪೋಯಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪೋಯಮ್ನ 4-5 ಲೈನ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಆ 4-5 ಲೈನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಓದಿ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಿ, ರೀಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ಓದಿ, ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿವೆಯಪ್ಪ ಪೋಯಮ್ದ ಲೈನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ವಾಕ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅಥವಾ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. Question number 25. A little fairy comes at night with blue eyes and silver hair. She flutters down from the moon upon the earth. Right? So this is a small poem, question number 25, and you will get the questions like this. Question number 25, 1. From where does a little fairy come? Sorry. From when does a little fairy come? The second one, how were her eyes? How were her eyes? Then third one, from where does she flutter down? From where does she flutter down? So that you will get very three simple questions on that poem. Now the question is how to answer. Don't write the poem for your kind information in the answer paper. You just write the answer. How? Question number 25. One, the question, from where does a little fairy come? If you are very good at reading the poem, the answer is at night. Okay? So then again, how were her eyes? Blue. Second one. Third one, from where does she flutter down? Flutter down from the moon. So that's the short answer for that. From the moon. Okay? Sometimes, especially from the students from the rural area, it's very difficult to answer the question because they are unable to understand what is why, where, when, whose, from where does. So at that time, you read the question there. From where does a little fairy come? Yes, sir, it's very difficult to find the answer. Then try to find the words where you will get in the poem. So one more, from where does no, a little fairy, yes, a little fairy is here. You write this much, a little fairy comes at night. One, answer one is one. Then again in the same way, how were her eyes? Yes, I don't know, so what the how, this one, that one, then what is the word? How, no, where, her eyes, yes, eyes here. You write blue eyes with blue eyes. Yes. Second one is blue eyes. Now the question number third, from where does she flutter down? Yes, it is very difficult to understand the word, sir. Flutter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ. ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಆ ಪೋಯಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಶಬ್ದ ಏನಿದೆಪ್ಪ? Yes, flutter ಇದೆ ಸರ್. Yes, you write that. She flutters down from the moon. Third one. Even this way of answering is also right. That will become answering a sentence. And for God's sake, please don't write question number 1, all the 4 lines, question number 25, 2, all the 4 lines, question number 3, all the 4 lines. We are not going to select the right word while wishing. Okay? So you have to select the right word from the poem, or at least you have to write a sentence, answer in a sentence. So that's the way we have to answer question number 25. Is it clear? Yes. Next, we shall see how to answer the question number 26. So that's based on the passive forms of the verb. Okay. Question number 26. Passive forms of the verb. Passive voice. So it carries 3 marks, and you have to answer it in just 5 minutes. Okay? So now, how this answer should be answered? How this question should be answered? Sorry. So then, before that, and one more thing is, you will get all this question based on your text. So this is a textual questions. Okay? Now, how to answer the passive voice? So one simple, what you call the method, I will tell you how to identify that. See, example, question number 26. A murder commit in Monaco. Ministers or to discuss it decided to cut his head, to cut the head of a criminal. Yes. you will have this kind of question on question number 26. So then, how we have to make the right answers? So here, majority of the students, still they are in the mood of first year answering. So they directly what they write, they change the verbs into past tense. For example, they write commit, committed, call, called, decide, decided. Yes, that's the answer, sir. But actually that's the wrong answer. That's not the passive form of the verb. So to write the passive forms of the verb, it should be accompanied with the be forms of the verb. What are the be forms of the verb? The be forms of the verb, be forms, that's what is, was, were, are. So these are all be forms of the verb. Okay? And so you have to keep this one, you should not forget to write the be forms. And then how to identify the be forms? So the question comes. So how to identify the be forms? First, so beside this line, you have to identify whether this word is a singular or plural. Okay? So here, a murder, it's a singular, so your answer should be was. Because all the textual, the lessons are in the past tense. Isn't it? So the murder was committed. So then you will get 1 mark. Just writing committed, you won't get marks. So adding be form of the verb is very important. Now, in one example, ministers, it's a plural, and it is a singular, the added was and past tense. The same ministers, plural, past tense, were called. Ministers were called. Why it is were? So this plural is here, sir. So then again, it, singular, was decided. Yes, it was decided. And you remove this one, and you write this one, and underline it. That's the right way of answering the question. Yes. 1, 2, 3. So how to answer this question? Question number 26, you have to write the paragraph. Then you have to fill in the blanks with the right answer. Then underline the right answer. Then complete it. Okay? Don't write the word from the bracket. You remove that bracket. Just write the answer. Was committed, a murder was committed in Monaco. Ministers were called to discuss. It was decided to cut the head of the criminal. So that's the right answer. Don't forget to add be forms of the verb. Okay? Sometimes you will get you will get auxiliaries. You will get modal auxiliaries. For example, the king worried. What? Yes. If the question is like that on passive forms. So here, if you have got can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, then you have to add the be. You have to add with this modal auxiliary be, then change the verb into past tense. Okay, how? Keep this as it is. If it is can, keep it can, could, will, as it is, would, as it is. Don't change the can into could. Okay? Keep this as it is. The answer is what can. Then add be. Can be done. That is do, did, done. So here the same process we have to follow. Okay? But one is whenever there is a can, only in the case of can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must. Keep it in your mind. Then only you have to add be. Here you should not add a murder was be committed, where ministers were be called, no like that. So here and here you should not add what was done, what were done, no. Whenever there is a can, could, they are called modal auxiliaries. So then you keep that word as it is. If it is can, will. Don't change can, could, will, would, shall, should, okay? So can, then don't forget to add this be. So then can be. Okay, that's the way. Second way. Sometimes you will get in bracket the question like this. Sometimes you will get like this. And sometimes you will get has and have forms. For example, the soldiers told We. Yes, if you get the question like this. The soldiers told, here you are, whenever they had, have and had, you have to change it into had. So your answer should be had, had not, we had, then afterwards keep not here, then been, then teach, taught. We had not been taught. We had not been taught. Okay? If there is no, if there is not there, so this is right. We had been taught. Okay? If there is not, then we had not been taught. Not we had been not taught. We had not been taught. Isn't it? So whenever there is has, have and had, you change that into had, then change into, put that word been. How you added the been? So you have added been. Only in the case of have. And most probably, if you go through the question paper, majority of times you have got questions on was and where, and can and would, modal auxiliaries. Okay, you keep that on was where. Three ways of answering the question. One on was where. Then sometimes if it is you have to read the sentence very carefully. If it is in present tense, you may use it in is and are also. Okay. If it is in past tense, because majority of time, as it is a textual question, you will get answer in a past tense only. So, if it is question like this, can be. If it is like that, had not, had been. Then if it is can be, done, can be, called, will be, taken, shall be played. So that's the way how you have to answer the questions. So that is question number 26. Okay. So now the very important question, that is question number 27. Okay. So discuss that. Question number 27. Where the majority of the students are facing problem while answering this question. So let's deal with that. Question number 27, reported speech. So reported speech, here it carries 5 marks. And you have to answer it in 10 minutes. Okay? So before answering this question, my dear students, what you have to do? So ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೋಗಲಾಡಿಸಿ. What do we have to do? What shall we do? And what can we do to answer this question in a systematic way? Okay? So before answering this question, you should be very much acquainted with the types of sentence, then the necessary changes. So that's very important. The types of sentence, you know what you have to study, types of sentence. As you know, types of sentence, assertive or simple sentence, then interrogative. There are two types again, WH and yes or no. And third one, imperative sentence. Again two types, order and request. And the fourth one, exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence. Okay? So why the remembering of these types of sentence is very important. We will realize it afterwards. So remember first part, while answering reported speech, you should be very much careful about the types of sentence. Then the changes. So this is very important. Changes. Direct ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಹಿ ಆರ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವಾಸ್. Are will become, if it is singular, was, if it is plural, were, then was and were become had been. Okay, so then has, have, and had become had, and then V1 will become V2, so that is present tense will become past tense. For example, ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅದು ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ. ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಂತರ V2 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು V3 ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಮೊದಲೇ ಇತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಮೈ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ his or her. So then you will become you if it is in the subject starting dalittu he or she ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ you ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು you, ಆವಾಗ him or her ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. you ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು, he, you are my friend, he was his friend, I am waiting for you, she was waiting for her ಅಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹಿಮ್ ಆರ್ ಹರ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತು ಹಿ ಆರ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ದೆನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಗುಡ್, ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವುಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಪ್ಯಾಸಿವ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಈ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಗುಡ್, ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವುಡ್, ಶಾಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಶುಡ್. Then did will become had to, had. Then must will become had to. So that's the way how you have to remember the changes. You know that one. Today will become that day. Tomorrow will become the next day. And yesterday will become previous day. Okay, so you have to remember these changes. Unless you know these changes, so then it is very difficult to answer the reported speech. Okay, so then how to answer the first one, how to identify the assertive sentence. For example, Laura, I am waiting for you. Yes, how it should be answered, because you will get all the types of sentence in that reported speech. We will get 5 sentences. One is assertive, one is interrogative, one imperative, and sometimes you will get 2 assertive, then 1 interrogative and 1 imperative, and again 1 more assertive. That is the mix-up of all those sentences. So how to answer this is the assertive sentence. How to identify the assertive? A sentence which starts with noun or pronoun is called assertive, isn't it? So then how it should be answered? Laura told that. So that is must. While if the sentence is assertive, so you have to add that. Then make the changes here. I and am. Am will become was. Is and am will become was. And don't change the ing form of the verb. Okay? You know, you waiting for you it is in the object form. So it is identify the gender. Laura. So she was telling to her servant. Okay? So then her servant. Then what's the answer? Laura told that. See. Why it is see? Because Laura is a female. So she am will become was. Waiting for Petra. So Petra waiting for her means. So you know that sunny morning. Petra is servant of Laura. She was 20 years old. Isn't it? So the answer should be that must be added. Then make the necessary changes like this. And one more thing I want to tell you, ಎಡಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಬಲಗಡೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮೊದಲೇ ಬಲಗಡೆ ಇತ್ತು ಹಿ ಸಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹಿ ಸಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಇತ್ತು, ಇದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಎಡಗಡೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ sentence, isn't it? Laura, I am waiting for you. So then it's interrogative. Okay, friends. So that is the assertive sentence, I am waiting for you, the answer should be Laura told that. So when only one person is speaking, then you may use say. So here is the dialogue between two, and you are better to write the told. Laura told that she was waiting for her. So if the question is interrogative, for example, are you waiting for me, Laura? Are you waiting for me, Laura? Yes. You know this dialogue between Wenzel, isn't it? Are you waiting for me, Laura? So then it's a question mark. Whenever there is a question mark at the end of the sentence, it is interrogative sentence. So how to identify the WH and interrogative? You know that if the sentence starts with WH, why, where, when, which, who, so that's the WH question. If it starts with helping verb, he, was, are, where, do, has, have, had. So that's a yes or no type question. So it is a yes or no type question. Okay. So then what's the answer should be? If it is a yes or no type of question, then one instead of that you should write Wenzel asked. Whenever there is an what you call the interrogative sentence, you have to add asked. Whom? Laura. This word comes here. Ask Laura. So then instead of that you write if. So then interchange this. So you, are you? So are you is not in the subject form. If she, are singular, are was. If she was waiting. If she was waiting for him, because the gender is Gonzalo. So me will become him or her. So depending upon the gender. Okay. So here Gonzalo asked Laura if she was waiting for him. Okay. So that's the way how you have to answer yes or no type question. You have to remember this one. You have to add if or whether. So better to write the very short word if. So then for the assertive add that, then make necessary changes. So then WH question. Where are you, Petra? Laura. Yes. Laura. Where are you, Petra? Yes. Question mark. So it's a WH question. The word starts with WH. So how it should be answered? Again the question Laura asked. Because it's a question. Whenever there is a question, you have to add Laura asked. Whom? Laura asked Petra. Yes. Then don't add anything. Whenever there is a WH question, keep this WH as it is. Where? So then again interchange this helping verb and pronoun by changing that. So she was asking the lady Petra where she was. Where she was. So why are you become was? So it is singular, sir. Speaking with only one lady. So if it is plural, then where? Okay, that's the answer. Laura asked Petra where she was. Don't put question mark again. Okay? So your answer should be like this. Laura told that she was waiting for her. Gonzalo asked Laura if she was waiting for him. So then Laura asked Petra where she was. So your answer should be in paragraph. Don't write this question one first sentence, then answer first sentence. No, not like that. But write all this. 1, that is 2, that's 3 in a continuous way. Okay? So that's the way how you have to answer the interrogative question. So that is yes or no type question or WH questions. Okay? So now how to answer the imperative question. That's the ordering questions. So that's the, I will tell you how to answer the imperative questions. For example, Laura, go and bring breadcrumbs. Okay? So, it's an imperative. Why it is imperative? A sentence which starts with verb. So, Let's say ordered. So then you have to change how the answer should be. Laura ordered. For imperative sentence, you have to add this one. Laura ordered. You know from the Panang play Sunday morning to whom she was ordering. Laura ordered Petra. So don't change the verbs here for your kind information, because you will be under confusion that. So V1 should be changed into V2. So in imperative sentence, you should not change these verbs. You should keep them as it is. You just add one preposition to here. Okay? You just add to, then keep the remaining word as it is. What's that? To go and bring breadcrumbs. Okay? That's the way how. Yes. One more question you will get. Gonzalo. Route them out. So here, so it is also imperative sentence because it's a verb. Gonzalo ordered. Gonzalo ordered. Yes, you know to whom. Gonzalo ordered Juneto. And one more mistake we will make here. Gonzalo ordered to Juneto. No, like that. Gonzalo ordered Juneto. To again, put there. To route them out. Because no change, because they will become them. They will become them. So it is already them is there. You should not change. Don't change it into they again. Okay? So Gonzalo ordered Juneto to route them out. So in this way, you have to answer. So if it's a ordering sentence, if it's a request, for example, please route them out. Gonzalo, please route them out. Then instead of ordered, you will get one requested. Okay? Gonzalo requested Juneto to route them out. Okay? It depends upon. If it is please, add requested. If direct verb, then add order. So that's the way how you have to answer the imperative sentence. Okay? Then if the sentence is exclamatory, yes, what a beautiful sunny morning it is the question about that. What a lovely morning it is. Exclamatory sign is there. So, Laura, the answer is Laura exclaimed. Yes, that word should be added, exclaimed. Again, you have to add that, because that is very important. Assertive and in exclamatory sentence. Then how it should be changed? What a lovely morning it is. So first you have to change this exclamatory sentence into assertive sentence. Isn't it? Change how it should be changed into assertive sentence. What a lovely morning it is. It is a very lovely morning. So this it is a lovely morning should be changed into passive forms. Exclaim that it was a very lovely morning. That it was a very lovely morning. It's a very lovely morning. Okay? So that's the how you have to answer. You have to add that exclaim, then change the exclamatory sentence into assertive sentence, then make necessary changes like this, and that will be the answer. So this is the way how you have to answer reported speech. So two things you have to remember: the types of sentence, then the necessary changes. Okay. So now let's return to the question number 28. Yes. Question number 28. What's that? Completion of dialogue. So it carries 4 marks and you have to answer it in 10 minutes. Okay? So now how this should be answered? So before answering this question, you must and should be very much acquainted with the PUC first year, that is expressions and functions. Okay? So expression PUC prathama varshadalli neevu workbook talli oddanta ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದು. ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಗ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಲೀವ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್, ಅಗ್ರಿಂಗ್, ಡಿಸ್ಅಗ್ರಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದು ಆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ವರ್ಷದ ಆ ವರ್ಕ್ಬುಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಮೆಲುಕು ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಿಸುವುದು ಬಹಳ ಸರಳವಾಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿಯೋ ಶಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್, ಹೌ ದ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, two neighbors. You will get first the hint what the dialogue is about. Two new neighbors. Introduce each other. So you get the hint what they actually this dialogue is about. Rekha. Yes, hello, blank, I am Rekha, your neighbor. Yes, the second one, hello, very good morning. Yes, introduce yourself. Yes, the question is like this. It carries 4 marks. So then, Rekha, hello. So you give importance to the word in the bracket. So greeting, you know, this is this expression. The what you call the function of this expression, greeting. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, greeting. Namaskar. So hello, good morning. I am Rekha, your neighbor. That sentence is over. Then hello. Very good morning, because the answer for this is very good morning. Answer is already there. Then introduce yourself. How do you introduce? I am Mr. S.M. Shaikh. So myself is. So in that way, she say, I am Miss Radha. Myself is Radha. So then she asks, she is seeking the permission. So how the student, what do you call that, takes the permission from the teacher while entering the class? In the same way. So may I come in? Yes, the question mark. She said, please come. Then last one, in the last sentence there is always gratitude or leave taking. You will get 2 options here. Either it is a gratitude or leave taking. Leave taking. Express gratitude, thank you very much, thanks a lot. Then for this leave taking, it always ends with okay, bye, or see you, meet you again. You have tried 1. So that's the way how you have to answer this. Express gratitude, thank you. Then, okay, see you again. Okay, see you. So that's the leave taking. Plenty of options are there. So for gratitude, you write thank you, thanks a lot. So majority of times in the question paper, you will get last word is always express gratitude and leave taking. The first word majority of times is greeting. So you may write either good morning, good afternoon. It depends upon the what you call the structure of the sentence. You read the what you call structure of the question. You read the question carefully. Then answer this question, whatever the word is given in the brackets. So that expression, what this expression tells us. Okay. So this is the way how you have to answer question number 28. It's very easy to answer question number 28. So now let's switch on to question number 29. Question number 29, it is about expressions. So you might have heard the word idioms and phrases. Question number 29, expressions. Yeah, so it carries 1 to 2 marks. Okay. So you have to answer it in just 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, because you will get what type of question you will get. And this question is also the textual. It's based on your textbook, and only the dialogue completion is. It's not a textual question. So remaining questions. This is question number 29 is a textual question. So that you will get question like this with 3 options. For example. Mass, yes, you know this from the voter, did not want throw away single vote. People knew that Marx would have a land. Yes. So the options: landslide victory, then yes, like this. Yes. Second one, throw away. Third one is ineffix. So you get 3 options: 1, 2, 3, and you have to select only 2 answers while answering the question. Master Bay did not want. So now the question is how to answer this question. So here one word is there. Did not want to. So it's very difficult unless you know the meaning in Kannada. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಭರ್ಜರಿ ಗೆಲುವು, ಥ್ರೋ ಅವೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳು, ಇನ್ಎಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತೊಂದರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲುಕು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲೀಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಂಡ್ರಿ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಆಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಂಡ್ರಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ, ಲೀಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಿತಿಮೀರಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾವು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಕೈಜಾರಿ ಹೋಗು. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ expressions and idioms and phrases are there in each lesson. So I think you have studied all those things, but you have to remember that in your, if you feel very difficult, then you try to remember it in your mother tongue, then try to fix that word. Mahasive did not want to landslide victory, it's not possible. Throw away, because you won't get the question like 2 in, 2A, A2, you won't have such types of words in English. So the answer is to throw away. So then people knew that Mahasive would have A in, it won't match with that. A in, A the, A, you won't get that kind of word. For a simple method, if you do not know the answer, you select the answer like this by using your grammatical techniques. Okay? So this won't possible. So then the answer is A landslide victory. A landslide victory. So that's the way. If you do not know the meaning, go for the grammar section. That AA, 2, AA, A in, you won't have that kind of sentence in English. So that's why accordingly you select the right word, and you have to fix only 2 for your kind of information. Don't put again this slash and add in a fix, select anyone and illondu enre badu eradalle last put antalla. ಒಂದನ್ನೇ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. 3 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, 2 ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ವೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 29. Okay, and you don't write only the answer, you write the full paragraph and select the right word, underline it. So that's the way how you have to answer question number 29. Okay.